Hey, Jack.
I'm gay.
Oh my god, that is so funny. I'm also gay. I was going to tell you.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
And you're listening to Dating Straight. Hey, Amy.
Hi, Jack. Hey, Camden
Cammie.
Scott.
Hi, guys.
What's
girl.
up?
Oh, just living the quarantine life.
Oh, look at Frank
How's-
in the back.
how's it?
Oh my god.
I know he's gonna be there the whole time, guarding.
That's so sweet.
Angel.
Hi, baby.
Before
Okay,
we begin,
don't forget to... Oh,
rate,
this is so
review,
hard.
subscribe. We know the drill. Cam, if Frank was writing a review of our show, what would he say?
I'm sorry, you cut out, Jack. What did you say?
I said, if Frank was writing a review of our show, what do you think it would say?
If Frank was writing a review?
Yeah, obviously.
Oh my God. He would say, listen to the #1 podcast starring my daddy, Jack Dodge,
Whoa.
Whoa.
and his sugar baby, Amy Orton, for a laugh, belly rubs, and a good time.
Oh.
Right, Frank?
Oh, look.
Yeah, he approved. He
is
approved.
so cute.
Don't climb up. Don't climb up. Don't climb up. Mommy's busy.
Please climb up.
Unless...
Please climb up.
Okay, fine. You can say hi really quickly.
Oh,
Say hi.
That is one big man.
he is so
He's tiny.
amazing.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh.
He's all the way up, Frank.
he looks like a little sausage roll. Hi, buddy.
Oh.
Okay.
A
Now go
little
down.
sausage roll.
Now go down. A big
Okay.
sausage roll. Oh.
What a good start to our show.
Yeah. Always good with a Frank appearance.
Please rate, review, subscribe. Subscribe to our Patreon. That's still popping off.
Oh,
We
yeah.
did a newsletter yesterday, and we got some rave reviews. So
Yeah, they said it was the best one yet. So
Yeah.
you're missing out.
that's what we like to
Ooh.
hear.
Yeah. Hi, Cammie Scott, inventor of lesbians. How are you?
Mhm. I'm good. Quarantine's been weird. I just feel like today's a good day. You caught me on not a good day, but like we're going back up. We were like going down for a very long
Totally.
time. But now we're coasting back up.
It's waves.
that's
What
I feel like
happened?
it's
Why-
been waves.
Absolutely. I mean, isn't everything? I just feel like I thought I was going to thrive in quarantine because I'm a homebody. I'm antisocial. Like, I like to hang out with Frank. So I think I went in it too optimistic. Like, first few days, I was like, I'm going to work out every day. I'm going to come out of this, like, snatched. I'm going to know how to cook, and I'm going to speak 5 languages. And and then by, like, day 3, I was like, why would I learn another language? I have no one to talk to. So it doesn't matter.
But
So
now's the
things have
perfect time to
gone-
like have a pen pal, honestly.
That's true. I actually had people ask if I'll be their pen pal, and I'm low-key considering it because why not? And what a great way to learn the language. But it's just been, I thrive off of being productive, and this has actually been a really good learning experience for me because I was so hard on myself being like, I'm not being productive. I'm not getting anything done. I'm a piece of shit. What is my self-worth?
Girl.
Like down spiraling. But then yesterday I had this like epiphany moment, and I was like, just because I'm not being productive doesn't lower my self-worth. Like, it's okay to not be productive, because it was like I was either getting too overwhelmed and I wasn't doing anything, or I was being too hard on myself for not doing things, and it was just not good. So
Yeah.
I've decided I'm going to try to do one small task every single day, first thing when I wake up. So I'm like starting on a productive note, even if it's like walk Frank or like take out the trash, like a little tiny task. It's so easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll try to tackle one bigger thing throughout the whole week.
Okay.
So that's my goal. That's my new goal.
I think
Cammie, you are a genius.
and I really like
I
what you
remember
said about like it not being a reflection of your self-worth, but it is a reflection of your net worth. You know, like
That's true. That's true. Well, I've also felt so bad complaining because I'm like, I have it so good. compared to so many people, but you also can't think like that. Like if you feel sad, you're allowed to feel sad. You don't have to be like, well, other people have it worse. I'm not allowed to be upset. You are fully allowed to feel what you're feeling and then like get it together, make a plan, sort things out. But you're allowed to feel down sometimes, and I don't like to let myself do that.
Mm.
So self-growth is happening in quarantine.
That's amazing.
How are you guys, Jack? You can't go on dates during quarantine.
I
What are you doing?
know, guys. I know. Like my
Your whole life
half
has been turned
half of my
upside down.
character
Yeah.
has vanished. Like I don't even know what to do with myself. Let's see.
I feel like
I've
you
been
would be the
having.
type to be doing FaceTime dates with
I
strangers.
considered it. I have considered it, but we're not there yet. But I mean, if this goes on for months, I will definitely be doing that.
You have to.
But
Would you have phone sex with somebody before meeting them?
Oh my God, that's such a good question.
Everyone wants to know. Come on.
maybe as like an audio only exclusive.
Ooh,
But
that's
like
kind of hot. I like
I
that.
feel like video, there's like so much more. It could be scary. You know, you never know who has screen
Yeah.
record on.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh, I didn't
right?
even think about
That's what I'm
that.
scared about. But if you have audio record on,
Mhm.
then like whatever, like that's hot. You know,
Yeah.
like if
Yeah.
if a sexy hot podcast came out of me, like, oh well. Like,
You would release it. You would play it. That's next week's episode.
yeah. That's our Patreon app.
Jack leaks his own sex tape.
Oh my God, I
There's
would
not
love
a better
that.
Go
time
for
to
it.
do it than now. I mean, everyone's starting to do OnlyFans now. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Mhm.
But like so many people have started OnlyFans within the last quarantine because it's a way to make money, you know, by yourself. And I don't think it's a bad idea. Like,
Oh my God, are you gonna start an OnlyFans right now, Jack?
no, I mean, I couldn't in my family home, but
Oh my
True,
God.
True.
or maybe I could be like, Mom, can you help me out with this shoot?
Ew, Jack. Oh
I
my
feel like
God.
she would help you if you really
Yeah.
like needed it.
If our family needed the income, listen, I will do what I have to do. But right now, my dad is employed because he's a doctor, so he like will remain employed. So it
Mhm.
seems like similar to what you were saying. I think I have it not so bad in the grand scheme. So, I'm feeling very, you know, despite not having men in my life, I'm feeling very, you know, honored to live my life. So yeah.
Yeah.
Honored to your life. I love that.
I can't remember what the word I'm
Listen,
trying to say.
Grateful.
What? Grateful.
Grateful?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling honored to my life.
I'm
so-
honored
like
to
that.
be me.
Good, you should.
Yeah.
Pause. Thank you, Rothy's, for sponsoring this episode of the podcast.
So, in these unusual times, Rothy's hopes to brighten your day with beautiful, sustainable products and content. Have you ever heard about
Oh,
this
yeah.
company that is making stylish, sustainable shoes and bags for life on the go? They're carefully crafted with eco-friendly materials like repurposed plastic water bottles and marine plastic.
Yeah, I mean, I have a pair of the sneakers, and they are so comfy. There's no break-in period, and they're just like the perfect comfy shoes. For real. They're like my favorite comfy sneakers.
Yeah, and you know, they come in an array of colors, prints, patterns, and Rothy's are available in a range of styles. So there's something for you. And their seamlessly knit thread is actually made from plastic water bottles. So it's that's just so mind-boggling to me. But yeah, they have
Yeah.
kept 50 million single-use plastic water bottles out of landfills, and transformed them into their signature thread, which is so scientific, and I love
That is
it.
so many. 50 million? That is amazing. Rothy's is like single-handedly saving the world.
And they're fully machine washable. So, you know, every time you need a refresh, toss them in the washing machine and you're good. So what's not to love? I can't figure it out. So that's why you should go to check out their amazing shoes and bags available right now at rothys.com/dating. That is Rothys, ROTHYS.com/dating. Style and sustainability meet to create your new favorites. Head to rothies.com/dating today.
Thanks, Rothies. Also, thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this episode of the podcast as well.
Yeah. Is there something interfering with your happiness that is preventing you from achieving your goals? I can't think of anything.
Literally.
Just kidding. Hello. I'm Matt. Look at your life right now.
Yeah, honestly, like now is the time. If you've been thinking about trying BetterHelp, now is the actual time to try it, because like you can't go to your therapist's office anyway. So
Yeah.
and we definitely need therapy, especially now.
Yeah, BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with a licensed professional therapist. They're all licensed. And like when they say they match you, they match you. Like when I got on, they gave me a gay therapist because I was gay because I asked for it. So like, you know, it's tea. And you can start communicating in under 24 hours. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling done securely online. And why that's so great is because you know, a lot of people can't get therapy in their area, or now most people can't get therapy in person. So it's really, really, really helpful. And it's available worldwide. So yeah. And also it's like it's 1 month of BetterHelp is cheaper than one session of my therapy because mine doesn't take insurance. So vibes.
Vibes only at BetterHelp.
Yeah, so BetterHelp wants you to start living happier today. Visit their website and read their testimonials that are posted daily. Visit betterhelp.com/dating. That's BetterHelp, better, HELP, to join over 800,000 people taking charge of their mental health with the help of a professional therapist. Special offer for Dating Straight listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/dating. I've done it. It's great. You should do it too.
Thanks, BetterHelp.
Amy, what about you?
I went on Hinge yesterday.
Ooh.
And I actually matched with someone who knows Ava and Alexis. So like,
of course you did.
Yeah. Gotta like keep it in the fam, gotta keep it tight. But yeah, I don't know. I'm suddenly like, honestly, Cammie, watching you shack up with a new lover has really opened my eyes to what I want. Because my life would be so much better right now if I had like a hottie to like be quarantined with right now. I feel like I'd be way happier.
Yeah, no one realized it was cuffing season in the spring this year.
No.
But surprise.
It's like jail
Time to do
season,
it.
like like that type of cuffing.
Yeah.
Jail season. God. Yeah, so I've been watching like I watched Corinne and Skylar on TikTok, and they're just like being hot, having fun, just hanging out together, probably boning a bunch.
Yeah.
Like
Are
that's
you
just
feeling
what
lonely?
I want. For sure, of course.
But
Aren't
then
we
what
all?
if you get annoyed with that person? Or you like, Amy, I know that you like to be like, yeah, they're amazing, I'm obsessed. And then 5 minutes later, you're like, I hate this person. So imagine that happened in quarantine.
Oh my god.
And you can't kick them out.
This
Can't
read.
you? Like, why can't you kick them out? Why can't they just go home?
Where are they going to go?
when-
It's not safe. What if they have roommates and now they haven't been there and they're like,
Well, like
You're
you
stuck.
do have to do what you have to do. Like if okay, let's just say I was with a bae and I was over them in 5 minutes, as you said, then like couldn't I just kick him out and just chalk it up to, you know what, this isn't like ideal social distancing practices, but from our own mental health, maybe you should go, you know?
But would
I
you do
mean-
that, or would you justify keeping them around because it's the best?
Yeah.
Like, it's just another excuse to not let them go.
Well, this is what I'd probably really do. I'd probably send them home and then text them the next day being like, I'm so sorry. Get them
Please
back.
come back.
And then next week when I'm with them again,
Yes.
I'd be like, you gotta go.
That's the honesty I really needed to hear.
Yeah. I feel
We're
like
opening
this
up.
quarantine is really like making me self-analyze my own actions and what I'm making me open up.
Yeah, you're like dating yourself right now. It's like you're
For
spending so
real.
much time with yourself. Like, am I fun? Am I entertaining?
No.
Am I a good cook?
No.
Like,
So
no,
many
no,
things.
no.
Wow, the read continues.
No, and it's like, put a finger down if you are. And I'm like, I'm none of these things.
Oh my God, let's do that quarantine edition. Okay, put a finger down if you still shower every day. No? Put a
Thank
finger
God
down.
I'm not alone.
Put a finger down if you get self-worth from working. Put a finger down if you are learning how to cook. No? Okay.
Kind of.
A little bit.
Let's not lie.
Put a finger down if, well, you guys, come on, Jack. Put a finger down if you're really lonely / horny.
Oh, right
no?
now, Terrence with her parents.
Put a
Okay,
finger
put a
down
finger.
if, oh, yeah.
Okay, put a finger down if you are worried that you are never going to see your friends again and we're going to be 70 years old when this ends, and then eventually we're going to have one drink and one margarita, our first margarita when we're 70 years old at the bar, and then we're going to die because we have not been around everyone for that long.
I don't think that it's going to go on until we're 70. I don't have that fear.
This
I
is
asked
life
my
now,
grandma,
baby.
I asked my grandma last night because she lived through World War II, and I was like, is this reminiscent of World War II? And she was like, I don't know about that, but she said that it reminds her of the polio epidemic, but she said that only lasted 6 weeks. So
Yeah,
Well,
but everyone's saying that was like not as bad as this.
yeah, for sure.
I think this is more catchy. Like, this can really get ya, you know?
Can getcha.
Getcha.
And also, back
I
then, I
gotta
feel like
getcha,
people had just, like,
getcha.
died more. Like, we're not used to people dying in our society
Yeah,
until
true.
they're, like, really fucking old. Or unless there's, like, a big
That's true.
accident. So, like, a disease killing, like, people who are not, like, 90 is, like, unheard of these days.
Yeah, it's just scary.
Oh,
Anyway, let's not talk
Anyways.
about that. Yeah.
that took a turn.
That's how quarantine is, though. I feel like I'll, like, be thinking or speaking about something really sad, and then I'll be like, anyway, anyone want to make a triple gin and tonic? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cycle. It's like, I gotta stop talking and thinking about this, stop watching the news, and then you do it, and then you go have a drink, and then it just cycle repeats.
Wait, my question. This isn't a put your
Yeah.
finger down, I guess, but at what time do you guys start drinking during the day?
Oh,
What do you
tell
think?
us.
I'm like, this is vodka, baby.
What
It's
time,
11:30
Cam? Tell
a.m..
us. What's the earliest you've started drinking?
On a weekend or a weekday?
Both, either.
Weekdays, I think, like 4 o'clock is when the drinking begins. It's like feels
Valid.
okay. There have definitely been a couple days. Like, Steph came over to see Frank, and we social distanced in my driveway. And I got her a beer, and then I was like, I'll have a glass of rosé. And that was like noon on a Wednesday. And then we had a beer pong championship on, like, you know how you can do that on texting now? So we did that on a weekend, and I think the first game started at like 11 or something. But
that's like mimosa time. So
Yeah.
I think that's allowed.
Yeah, it hasn't been much different from normal life. It's just been more frequent.
Do you drink?
Okay.
Do we drink daily, ladies?
Yes.
Jack, when do you start drinking?
Absolutely. I start drinking. Okay, well, yesterday was my earliest I've started drinking. I had a beer at like 3 for a
Drama.
video because I was like, I want to like giggle.
fun.
I want when you have
Yeah.
like
Giggle.
zero beers and you record a video by yourself, you don't like make yourself laugh. But after like a beer, sometimes you can say something and can be like, oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. So I did that, but
It's for work.
usually it's around 5. But I'm drinking more rather than earlier. Like I
Yeah.
will have like 3 drinks like on a normal night, maybe more, maybe 4. Not normal. Okay,
Wow.
okay.
Uh-oh.
2
Sad Sounds like a
That's
problem.
a whole bottle of wine. That's a lie. That's a lie. But like 2 to 3 probably on a normal night, and then on like a weekend night, I'll do like 4 to 5 to 6.
So 20.
I think I'm
bored.
unique in the fact that I live alone, so I think that drinking alone is sad. So I don't drink really. I've had like literally 4 drinks this whole time, and
Whoa.
we've been in quarantine since
Whoa.
Cammie's B-Day. Which I didn't
You've
drink
only
at
had
her
4
B-Day
drinks?
either. Yes, 4 total. I had like 1 for video. I had 1, I don't know. I could count them
Wow.
on one hand. But I did smoke a little weed.
Ooh, I've been
Don't
thinking
tell
about
us
doing
that.
that.
You've been thinking about it? You're not a weed girl.
I know, but I've been like anxious and depressed, and I thought it might help. So I
No,
was
I think
thinking
it makes
about
it worse, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't do it, but I was thinking about it. I didn't think I was drinking too much, but Tara and I have done like 3 bottles of mezcal I've thrown out, and we were like, and I was like, they're small bottles, and then we checked, and they're normal size bottles. So, and I
But
did
also-
I ordered margaritas from Crossroads. So
That is so fun. See, I wish I was quarantining with you guys. I think you guys are like living it up. In my head, I'm here by myself, like watching Kardashians, and you guys are having a whole ass party. Like, I watch your TikToks. I see you're having so fun, like so much fun.
we've been
I'm really
trying
jealous.
to like keep active and moving, but it's definitely been weird and hard. I mean, we're newly together and went from long distance to together all the time, which has been really weird. But I feel like it's been a really good learning process of like getting to know each other a lot quicker and like learning what each other needs. And there's been a learning curve. Oh, Frank's gonna bark. Don't do it.
So this
But
is
it's
like
been-
a U-Haul experience.
It really is. Like I moved stuff out of my closet so she could have space and stop living out of her suitcase.
my
I was
God.
like, we moved in together. What happened? Like I was cleaning out my bathroom drawers for her. I was like, what is
Oh,
God.
that's huge. That's a big
I
step.
know,
Huge.
accidental U-Haul. Yeah, like my whole guest room is her office now. Like I don't know what's going on.
But you
How
can't
has
even.
it been? Has it
you-
been so fun?
I love it. I mean, it was definitely. There's been moments where we've just been like, is this too much? Or are we just gonna drive each other nuts? But we've been so good at like dealing with each other's down moments. Like Taryn was feeling so just like stuck the other day, and I like made a bath for her. We ended up we got Nerf guns, so we're having like Nerf gun wars, and you get 2 shots before
Aw.
noon and 2 after. But we're both so competitive, so we've been like bickering about that. We're like, you didn't hit me. We're like little kids. She's like, yeah, I saw it. And then I was feeling so sad the other day, and she like I was like, I wish that there was like somebody who is a masseuse who hasn't seen anyone for 2 weeks, so I could hire them to come just give me a back rub. And she gave me a massage, like put candles all over the bedroom, made it so sweet.
Aw.
Was like, she put oil in her hands and put it under my face. Was like, breathe in 3 times. So cute. So
Oh my God, I want a U-Haul with Taryn. What the fuck?
I
want a
know
back rub.
she's the freaking best. So it's been really fun, and I think she keeps me out of my rut. Like I easily fall into doing nothing because I just feel sad and down that I'm like, don't even want to watch TV. I just like lay on the couch and want to do nothing. And she's been like making sure we get up at 7:30, walk Frank, sit down, get our work done. So she's really helped me stick to a schedule, which has been nice to have somebody who is doing that. And she's still working full time. So it's been really good to
Wow.
have somebody. Sorry.
What
that
have you
don't need
like
me for
learned? What have you learned about each other? Like, do you feel like she's learned something about you that she didn't know, or you learned something about her?
Yeah, 100%. I just think whenever I have my down moments, I don't know what I want. So I'm really bad at vocalizing what I need from anyone, whether it be a friend or a partner or anybody. So I've had to kind of force myself to communicate with myself so that I can communicate with her, because I feel like I was just feeling frustrated, and she was probably feeling like, I can't do anything right. Like, I don't know what you want, bitch. Like,
Yeah.
please tell me what you need. Like, I'm offering all these things and you're just irritated. And so I feel like I learned what I need and learned how to vocalize. Like, I just need extra attention and love when I'm feeling like that, and kind of need a pass on if I'm being sassy or annoying and frustrated. And it's going to be like when you ask somebody what they want to eat and they don't know, but then they're frustrated because they're hungry. It's like, that's what I'm like. But with everything during the day, I'm like, I don't know if I want to go on a walk. I don't know if I want to sit outside. Like, I don't know how to get out of my slump. But then if you suggest like, oh, maybe go do this, I'm mad at you suggesting that I do something. I'm awful. It's terrible when I'm like this.
Is that a PMDD thing?
Yeah. And so my period got off during quarantine. So normally I feel some kind of relief when I know that feeling depressed is just because of my PMDD. And I checked my little Clue app, and my period wasn't supposed to come for 2 weeks. So then I started to panic that I've always been like, I'm so lucky that I don't have constant depression, because that just must be so difficult. I feel so bad for people who have that. I know I wouldn't deal with it very well. I don't like medicine. Like I know it wouldn't be good for me to deal with. So it's so easy for me to just be like, I just need to ride this out. It's going to be a few days. I'll get my period and I'll start to feel better. So when I checked my app and I was like, I'm not getting it for 2 weeks. This is not what this is. I kind of spiraled and was like, oh no, I'm having like serious depression. I'm not gonna be able to handle this. I'm screwed. And I think that freaked me out. And then my period came early and I was like, oh, it was the PMDD. And I think that instantly gave me some relief that I was like, there's an end to this. Yeah. But then I'm like, it's going to be back next month and we're probably still going to be in quarantine. So I need to learn how to deal with this real quick.
I know. I also I didn't realize that I was getting my period, and I was literally so devastated about like anything and everything. And then I got it and I was like, oh, good.
I know. Isn't that such a relief? You're like, oh, everything makes sense.
It's like, oh, I'm not insane and a bitch. I'm just getting my period. I mean, I am insane and a bitch and getting my period, I guess.
Yeah, it's just a heightened version of yourself.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
I have a question. So last episode we talked about long distance relationships mostly, and then you, like you said earlier, went from long distance. You and Terrence started long distance, and so now, like you said, again, connecting it to what you said earlier, it's a perfect time to be in a long distance online relationship. So what can we do? Because Amy and I are both extremely lonely, and we FaceTime each other a lot. But like, frankly, I would prefer if I could split that time evenly with her and a man, 50-50.
You are so mean to me, and I need you to stop.
Come on, you know that you want. You know you want
you
this
can't
too.
give him everything he needs, Amy.
Yes.
It's okay.
I know I can't, but
pretend. Just don't tell you.
Yeah, I don't need to know that.
Pretend I'm all you need.
Come on, I know that I'm not all you need either. So how do we find these super cool, hot people who eventually we can meet up with and live with and U-Haul when this is over?
Yes.
Well, Jack, you're not a lesbian, so I don't know if I have advice for you, because it's very clearly a lesbian thing to do. But you have the perk of, I guess I'll go. But I feel like gay men, like, you guys are so good at just like meeting up in person, staying close nearby. Like, us ladies, we are just like, the further the better for some reason. It's so bizarre.
It's the challenge.
I actually I have so many friends right now who are like in little like flirting relationships with people that are so far away right now. And
are you serious?
Yeah, I'll tell you guys who after. But I can't wait to see what happens when this is over. Like, is one of them gonna think that this is serious and the other's not? Are they both gonna go separate ways? Are they both gonna jump in and be in long distance relationships? Like, I'm so curious how this is going to go down.
How are they meeting these people?
Well, I think just like dating apps and through friends and like knowing people prior and stuff like that.
Sliding into DMs.
Yeah, I mean, we're all online all the time and people are more likely to respond right now. So this is the time to shoot your shot.
So true. So true.
Have you been eyeing someone? Hop on that. Slide into those DMs.
I should message Kat Dennings.
I've been like wanting to shoot my shot with the guy who broke my heart. Who already told me he didn't want to do it. I know.
That's not what I was saying. No.
But I'm just losing it already. I've been like, I've been literally at night, I'll like get into bed and I'll be like, here's what I'm gonna say if he texts me, and I'm like, wait, he didn't text me. Like,
Oh, Jack.
Oh.
It's
so
like,
funny.
why would you have any desire to give any of yourself to somebody who doesn't want to give themselves to you? Like, that is
Because
just
we're
so.
problematic, Cammie.
I think it's like we get into these
Duh.
cycles of that's what we think love is because it's exciting. The game of it all is exciting. If
Ooh.
someone just likes you back and it's easy, sometimes after you've experienced a couple times of it not being that way, you're like, oh, that's not right. This should be harder. And I feel like we just chase that. We chase that excitement of like the push and pull and like, oh, they don't like me, so I should try harder. Like, then it really is exciting when I get them. But that doesn't feel good. Long term, that's never going to feel right. And
No,
then once
yeah.
you do get them, you're going to be like, okay, so what we had is over because the chase is over. And then you probably wouldn't want him if he did come back. So
I
it's just
know.
not
But
worth your
also,
time.
you got to think like Jack is 22. So when I
Yeah.
was 22, that was also, I mean, I'm 26 and that's still like, woohoo. Someone
Yeah,
who
and
doesn't
that's
like me,
fine.
that's amazing, you know?
Yeah, there's so much value in experiencing that. Like, I'm not saying to stop doing it because that's how you're going to learn and grow. So when you are 28, 29, 30, you're going to be so mature emotionally. Even when you know it's not the right thing, that's okay to experience it. Like you need to have those up and downs. Like you're going to look back and be like, what was I thinking? But if you didn't have that, you might do that with the right person and then lose that right person because you didn't never have that experience. So it's fine. Live your life.
Yeah, I feel like I
Wow.
learned things from him. Like I feel like I learned like honestly how much I could like someone even if it's not a super like I usually like people who aren't reciprocating anything, but
Mhm.
like he was super communicative, reciprocating, like um seems to really like me and told me that, and like I don't know, I really like those words of affirmation, and I still really liked him. Like I still didn't feel like I was like not interested because someone liked me. Um
Mhm.
which is so stupid to like learn that. Um but that's what I feel like I learned, but hopefully eventually that can just happen with someone who stays liking me, you know.
Yeah.
And it's
Aw,
sad.
honey. Shame, babe.
I mean, I just have so much time. I'm sure, Amy, you probably are going through this too. You just have so much time to
Yeah.
think. Like,
Ugh, too
when
much.
you're
Oh,
over
yeah.
it, like, it just, now's the time that it comes back. It creeps on back.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's messy.
Yeah. I mean, people who are even
Messy.
so over their exes, I'm sure are also like, maybe, because everyone's just bored. Like,
I
whether you were
know.
having any conflict before or not, people are just losing it right now.
And I think this is a big wake up call. It's like, even if your past relationship wasn't perfect, just the lack of like seeing anybody and being able to touch anybody and being able to have that person to talk to is like
Mhm.
so it makes it seem that relationship seems so much better than it probably was. You know, in hindsight.
Absolutely. Like, even when you break up, I feel like most people always focus on the good and kind of forget about all the bad for a little bit. And, or they're like, maybe, or, oh, I could do this right now. But God, dealing with it in this situation, you probably really highlight all the good. And you're like, well, at least I had someone to talk to, and at least I had this, and at least I had that. It
Yeah,
would
and
be so hard.
cuddles. Ugh, miss
But it
that.
Yeah.
would be like so much worse if you were actually like still with that person. Do you know what I mean? Like it would,
Yeah,
you would still have all of the same problems, but like probably amplified even.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's so
like
true.
the divorce rate has gone up so high from like
really,
the
In
areas
China, yeah.
in China, yeah, that have already lifted all the social distancing and everything in the quarantines. The divorce rate is crazy. There's just child abuse is really high right now. Like all these terrible things are so high right now. And I think
Fuck.
at first I was like, that's crazy. People weren't on quarantine for that long that you developed these issues and you couldn't work through them or didn't have a desire to. And then after thinking about it, it's all these people who had a lot of problems and weren't facing them and were forced to face them being with each
Yeah,
other every single day. And we're like, what are we doing?
so true.
So,
quarantine's fucking weird.
yeah.
To sum that up,
Okay, I have a question. Um, so you and Taryn are public. You're a public
Mhm.
public what do you call them? So lesbian
lesbos.
couple.
No, that is not what we are.
But
No,
no,
I'm very
but
careful not to be that.
I know. Well, that's what we were going to ask you. Like,
Well,
obviously, you're
you
not
are a
doing
lesbian.
girlfriend
Gotta cop
tags.
to
You're not
that.
doing like kissing my girlfriend challenge or like girlfriend kissing thumbnails. Like, what? How have you decided how you're going to present your relationship right now?
Yeah, so I never want my online presence to be about my relationship. It's about me, and there's different levels to me. And part of one of those levels to me is that I am in a relationship. So I don't ever want it to be the sole reason or like the topic of all of my content, because it's not the most important thing about me. But I also don't feel comfortable fully hiding it. I mean, one, I wouldn't be able to make any content if I was completely hiding it. Taryn's been quarantining with me. Like, what am I gonna do? Be
Yeah.
like, hi, I'm
Yeah.
here with just Frank, and I'm like, shh, hi. Like, I wouldn't be
Hi.
able to share what I like to share.
Yeah.
It would just be so bizarre. So I kind of approach it as, if I want to share stuff, I share stuff. I definitely overthink it more than I thought I did. And I'm so excited. Like, I really love this person. I'm so proud of this person. I want to kind of like gush about her and share her and just be like, oh my God, look at this great human that's in my life. But I don't want people to get obsessed with it. Like, been there, done that, obviously. And I don't, I don't want people like going crazy over it. And I also don't want people like comparing Taryn to other people. She's not used to that. And that's a really weird thing. And I don't think people think about that before they post stuff, of like, whether it's positive or not, that gets in your head being compared to anybody else I've ever
Yeah.
dated.
Totally.
It's so bizarre. So I don't know. I try not to crazy overthink it, but I am really careful. Like, there's so much vlog footage that I've cut out of my quarantine vlogs that I'm like, they're seeing too much of me and Taryn, obviously, because it's the only person I'm really interacting with. So I just like have a file on my computer of everything I've recorded so that we have the footage. Like, a lot of it's just kind of a video diary for me to have. So I don't know. I try to not really overthink it, but I am really careful not to get people too invested in our relationship or only caring about my content to see that kind of stuff. So
Have the people like been nice? Have they been mean? What's been like the
overwhelmingly really nice, really positive, really sweet, really supportive. I have a lot of nasty negative words blocked on all of my social media. So if they are being mean,
Same.
I don't see it. I don't
Yeah.
go on online forums where people are saying rude things. It's none of my business. So if I don't see it, I feel so much better. So I just
true.
don't allow myself to see it. Like, if I'm not experiencing it, then it can't hurt me as much. But people have been so sweet. I think Taryn has had like a podcast for a really long time. She's had a newsletter for a long time. So a lot more people than I realized who follow me kind of knew who she was. And obviously we've been friends for so many years that I've gotten so many messages of people being like, I always kind of thought you guys should be together. You guys are really similar.
Good.
People have been so sweet. But yeah, I mean, and the people in my life who I actually know and who know me and what I've been through have been so great. And people see how happy and how me I've been lately. And I think that's been so great. So it's great to have the support of people who follow me. But at the end of the day, the people in my life are the ones that their approval really
For
matters.
sure.
And everyone's just been so great. And that makes me feel good.
How did you guys meet? Because you just mentioned that you guys have known each other for years. So what's the tea?
We were at a show for somebody who was on Patreon. So we were at this like show for, it was a power hour. And she was there to watch somebody who she knew for a little while. And I was at the show because I was friends with a couple of people who were doing the show. And they asked somebody if they would play a cowbell. And it was so
Romance.
random. And I can't remember if Taryn volunteered or if they picked her because they knew her, but she ended up playing it. It was just like so silly and so sweet about it. And like, so I don't know. She was like this perfect combination of like being all up for it, but not being like, look at me, I want attention. It was
Yeah.
like this perfect vibe of just being like down, but not doing it just because like, I don't know. I don't know. But then I was actually dating Shannon at the time, and we were like, this girl's so funny. Like we should go be friends with her. And we had a few drinks. We were like, let's go buy her a beer, which was so random. And we are like, we want to be friends with this girl. So we did. We bought her a beer. We hung out. We talked. And then Taryn was like, oh, I know who you guys are. I've actually reached out to you to be on Patreon. And we're like, oh, that's funny. And then we just became friends with her. And it's so bizarre. Taryn, like we would only chat every couple of months, but every time we did, it was like, you guys know, I'm not like great at opening up. And every time we would talk, I would just be like word vomiting my whole life to her, being like asking for advice. It was so weird. And then I would go to San Francisco to hang out with her and her friends. And we were just really, really good friends for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. I would go to her family house for different holidays. I spent
Oh, wow.
Thanksgivings with them. I went to her house for Passover. Like we just did, I don't know, we just like had this weird instant friendship that I don't really get often with people. And then we never really talked about having feelings or like, I don't know, didn't really even let myself think about that. One of us was always in a relationship. And then when we were both single, we just started talking about it and just being like, wait a minute, we really, really get along. I think this might be a little bit more than friendship. And then it was
Ooh.
such a no-brainer. I was like, are we dumb? How has this not been a thing yet? And I'm so glad it didn't happen sooner because I think the timing, well, obviously the timing was never right because one of us was always in a relationship. But even if we were single at the same time, I'm so glad we both got to have this growth separately. Like I was saying
Mm.
earlier, like we had to experience those things so we were ready at the right time. But I've never dated someone who I've been friends with for so long. So it's so funny to be like, I can't even hide any of my crazy from you. Like, I spilled my whole guts to you. Like, everything about me, everything. But it's so refreshing to be like, I don't have to hide who I am. You obviously like me already for who I am.
Oh,
So
that's so
here it
sweet.
is. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, Jack, you and I have been friends for about 5, 6 years.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and you did just have, if I recall, you did just have a dream about sleeping with men.
Oh,
So
I did. I had two. I had two dreams about sleeping with men. Isn't that
so
disgusting?
you never know,
So,
right?
Amy's trying to tell us something.
uh-uh.
Not so
So
subtly.
you went to her family's house like for like Thanksgiving and Passover, whatever. So are her
Hmm.
parents like kind of obsessed with you?
I mean, I don't want to say that. No. It's so funny. I think her mom even noticed that like we got on so well. Like I think other people around us saw it before we saw it, which is so funny. But
Mm.
I adore her family. They're so wonderful. It's funny. I never thought that that was something I wanted a lot in the person that I was with, for them to be so close with their family. Like I never thought that that was necessary. I love that I'm close with my family, but and obviously it wouldn't be a deal breaker, but it is so nice to one be so close with the person I'm dating's family. Like I love them so much. They're so great. But then to just see that connection, like to see where they came from and why they're so great is just so nice. And like, I don't know. It's such a
Has she
special
met
thing
your
that
family?
what?
Has she met your family?
Yeah, Taryn's met, my parents were here for Christmas, so she
Oh,
got to meet
that's
them. We did a Zoom call with my family the other night, which was
Oh,
so much fun. We just hung
that's
out, talked
sweet.
about Tiger King. My dad and I have this tradition where we take a shot of tequila every time I'm home, and I was supposed to be home when we were on the Zoom call, so we all did a
Oh,
tequila shot together.
that's cute.
Yeah, I mean, Taryn's just great with people. Like, she
she
asks the
is.
most
She's a
insightful
people
questions. She
person.
really, yeah, she cares to get to know people and takes things past surface level, which I think can be hard sometimes. And I know that's a stigma in LA that unfortunately can be really true. I think people get stuck in just surface level friendships. And she doesn't allow that. Like, within 5 minutes of meeting her, you'll know so much more about her than you probably know about most of your friends, and she's going to ask you all those questions as well. So she's great.
Wow. Um, That's so cute. So one last question, I guess. So as we spoke about, you guys kind of were forced into U-hauling, but like this too shall pass. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, do you know, or have you thought about your plans? Like, about are you gonna keep living together? Are you like, is she gonna move back to San Francisco? Like, what's the tea?
Well,
Start a
her job's
family?
in San Francisco. But yeah. Well, I'm actually pregnant. um, Imagine. Honestly, my God, there are gonna be so many babies after quarantine. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Like, I kind
Yeah.
of wish that
Oh,
I
yeah.
could get pregnant.
Oh my
Like,
god.
what a way to pass the time.
Do
No,
you
I'm
want
just
a
kidding.
baby? Oh my God.
Not right now, but absolutely. Like,
But in 9 months.
I don't.
Yeah.
in- Not yet. I want one in like 9 months or so. No, I'm so excited to have babies in the future, but
Like how
not
far
at
in
this.
the future?
I don't know. I mean, I gotta get like, gotta live
Pregnant.
together, get engaged, gotta get married, gotta save that
Pregnant,
money to
Yeah.
have a lesbian baby. They're hard.
True,
Yeah.
So-
true.
We're lesbians, not the baby. Well, the baby might be too. I don't know.
Our lesbian baby.
But I don't know what the future holds. She still has her job in San Francisco, and I'm sure everyone working from home is going to change how a lot of businesses operate. But
Yeah.
Totally.
yeah, I don't know yet. But
She can be like, see, I can do it from Cammie's house. So
yeah, I'm like,
let me
please
just
say, please say,
zoom
please
you.
say.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I feel like in the past I've been so cautious about like taking things slow and like setting up boundaries. And it's so funny to be like, I don't want any of that. My mom put it so well. She was like, when you're madly in love, you don't care. She was telling me how my dad used to every weekend drive up to her school to see her. And she was like, that was stupid. Like, he didn't have time for that. But you do stupid stuff when you're in love. You just don't care. And that's how it should be. Like, yeah, you can be logical and try to be reasonable. But at the end of the day, like, you just want to be with each other. And that's all that matters.
So your parents were in a LDR as well.
Sweet.
Sort of, only for a little bit. My mom, I think she went to school like an hour away or something. I don't really know how it worked, but yeah, for a little bit. Oh my God,
Wow.
OG LDR?
Maybe that's where
Queen.
you got it from.
It must be.
Ah,
It's so funny.
this is so sweet. Cammie, you are smitten. You are just
Yeah.
dying.
For sure.
Oh my
Look
God.
at her.
Wait, can
Aw.
I ask you guys a TikTok question?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know like this thing and like this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I get it. We're nervous, we're shy. But like where does this come from? What the hell is this? Why this? Why?
I think anime
Why?
girls do it in animes. That's what they do. They just like put their fingers together and they
okay.
like, it's not like necessarily like that, but it's more like twiddle, like when you like
Oh, it's
go
like,
like
and
that
it's turned
kind
into
of.
this to be
And
more
it's-
clear.
Well,
like,
these are the emojis. You know?
oh,
Mm.
gotcha.
Wow,
So-
Jack knows everything.
Well, I
Yeah,
just know
this makes more
everything
sense, yeah.
about like weeaboos and Korea and like Japanese anime. Like I don't know
Yeah.
everything, but I have
Whenever
my
I have a question
history
about
with
a meme.
multiple industries.
Wow. Thank you.
Whenever
Thank
I
you for
have a
clearing that
meme
up.
question, I just text Jack and he knows.
Yeah.
I asked him what a simp was yesterday.
You asked him
Yeah.
what was?
Simp?
A simp. I
A
honestly
simp?
forgot what you said.
Do you not know it? Like
I-
you're a simp
I
for
don't remember what
Terrence
it
right
is.
now. It's like
A simp?
yeah, it's like when you like idolize or not idolize, it's like you're like in love with this person who I can't really how did I explain it? Well, I think it's an
literally
acronym.
don't
Maybe
remember.
it's not. Maybe that's not with you and Taryn because I think the
Isn't it just
acronym
short
is
for
something like
simple?
it's like standing something mediocre person. So maybe that's not what I meant. But that's not like really what it means. What it means
Shade.
is like when you like this e-girl, like I don't know, like if you like an e-girl girl gamer or whatever, you're like simping for
Mhm.
her, you know?
Okay. Cute. I like that. Simp.
Yeah. So we all be simps for like different people.
Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Oh, and that
But
sounds
he's not
rude now that I
mediocre.
said mediocre. I know that's not what.
Yeah.
But what
I
it
was gonna say I'm a
means.
simp for Dua Lipa, but she is
That's
not
what it like
mediocre.
initially meant. I think it's changed. I think it's now just
Yeah.
part of like the culture of I
Yeah,
don't
like
know.
the new Stan. Like you are
Yeah, like
obsessed with this
Stan has
person.
nothing to do with Eminem.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's different. But yeah, cute
True.
Cam. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, go off, queen. She's a
Um,
happy queen. Okay, should we get into some advice questions?
Yeah.
yeah.
We got some juicy ones. This is like, this quarantine is bringing out the worst in everyone.
Oh no.
At least like the people who write in with their confessions.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Do you either of you want to read the first one? It's kind of long.
Cam, you go ahead.
Go
Sure.
for it.
Wait,
Okay.
wait,
Bring it
hold
up.
on. Oh,
Yeah.
this is all one?
Yeah, go.
Holy crap. Okay.
Do I
Okay,
just
so
read
what
it
are
all?
these?
Should
Yep.
I spark note it? Okay. Okay, confessions. I went to this really alternative tiny private school, and my engaged 29-year-old music/band teacher became a family friend by the end of high school. The summer after I graduated high school, she and I got even closer, and lo and behold, I fell
Uh-oh.
for her. Of
Ugh.
course you
Uh-oh.
did. Duh.
Stupid. Stupid lesbians.
And was not subtle about it. I never thought anything would come of it, and I just pined my little queer heart out. Aw. One night at the end of summer, we were hanging out in her car. Wait, why are you
Why?
hanging
What
out in
the
a car
fuck?
with like an adult?
Oh?
And we were talking about kissing each other. And I said, I know you can't though. And she was like, well, I could. She kissed
Oh
my neck.
my.
So hot. And then we stopped. But our dynamic shifted after that.
I bet.
I feel like I'm like reading like a porn. This is crazy. Okay. Whew. A few weeks later, before I left for college, we were supposed to hang out and get closure on our relationship. Yeah, we made out.
Ugh.
Oh no.
Oh, so I left for college out of state. We both tried to move on. I went to her wedding
Oh,
and
fuck.
in our relationships many times, but it didn't work. We were so in love. And I don't know, because we're queer and she's young at heart and I'm an old soul. It never felt like she was too old for me or any kind of power dynamic. This is like classic,
She
right?
was your teacher, girl.
Yeah. Of course it didn't
Yikes.
feel like a power dynamic. You're the younger one. Anyways, we went on trips with her and my parents over the next couple years, and they never knew about us. They thought I was straight until they found our sex toys in my suitcase when my mom
my
was looking
God.
for my hairbrush.
Oh, no.
Oops.
Oops.
Oh, this is wild. I
Wait.
hit my breaking point.
What sex toys could be like you're a lesbian?
A strap on.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would have just been like,
Of course.
it's a hair tool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been like double-sided dildo strap-on vibe. Like definitely
Yikes.
two-person act, you know?
I'm a
Yeah,
dom,
yeah.
mom. I'm a dom.
This is
In my
crazy.
straight relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're just on a family vacation with just them. Like she's like going out and meeting dudes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
I hit my breaking point eventually and gave her an ultimatum to leave her wife or we needed to break up. Wait, where's her wife on these trips? We'll get into it.
Yeah, how are
was-
they like boning with their strap-ons while her
Yeah.
wife is there?
Yeah, like this wife is just going on a trip with this family who is like her student. I'm so confused by this
Okay, wait.
dynamic.
Theory coming in. I have a theory coming in. Maybe the
Yeah?
wife knew because when she said you can't do this, the wife said I could.
Oh,
But the girl just doesn't know
Oh.
that the wife allows it.
I
so they have
like
an
the way
open
you
relationship.
think.
And she's like, go off,
Yeah.
honey. Like, go on your vacay. I'm
But
going to have
still,
my own
the person
vacay.
is like 18, 19 at this time. I'd be like, don't go off, honey.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
she just left for college. So she's like 18. Yeah, 18,
it was just
19.
a theory. It was just a theory. Okay.
I hit my breaking point eventually and gave her an ultimatum to leave her wife or we needed to break up. I was too scared before because I was in love for the first time and thought she'd leave me if I made an ultimatum. But she shocked me and chose me.
Holy fuck.
Whoa.
Holy
Guys,
love
is
to
this
see it.
real?
Maybe not.
I need like a reality TV show on this. This is insane. Okay,
Last
where
time
was
this
I?
happened, they were like, "No, that's the plot of the L chat." So it very well could be
No,
something else.
L1.
I like hope this is real. This is juicy. She got divorced from her wife, so debunked your theory, Jack.
Okay.
And now we have a cozy apartment together with our two adorable cats and our quarantine together. We couldn't be
Wow.
more in love, and I'm so excited to spend our lives together. I think she'll probably propose this
Oh my God.
year or
Oh
next.
my god.
Oh my
Our
God.
relationship definitely did not start in a conventional way, but it feels right. Our families are accepting. It took a little while, and my parents love her. Hope you see this. Sending love to you both and your cats, Amy.
Oh my
Go
fucking
off.
god.
I mean,
My
sounds great.
God. This
Yeah.
is great. What a confession.
Wow.
Thank you so much for writing in. We actually needed to know that.
Yeah, yes.
I
This
I don't even need to like watch Netflix today. That was all the
No.
entertainment I needed.
write your own TV show about this, honestly.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yes,
Um,
yes.
I just want to say, no tea to anyone else, but like this is the new standard for confessions for this show.
Yeah. If you can't come at this level, don't come at all. Like, I don't want to hear like I have a crush on my best friend. None of that. Crush on your 29-year-old teacher. There was a divorce. You're now together with your cats. Or no,
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Fucking
Go
hell.
off. All right,
Okay,
let me-
Wow.
I'll read the next one because it's little. Hey guys. So, all that's happened to me in quarantine is that my girlfriend of 8 months broke up with me because she said we can't do long distance. We live in Guam. The whole island is 30 miles, and we live 20 minutes away. 20 minutes! SMH, bitches be wildin'. Anyway, I love the podcast. That is so mean. She was 20 minutes away. That is not long distance.
I'm sorry, but like even by any standards, that's not long distance. But by lesbian standards, that it what?
20
minutes?
minutes? Like, that, okay, this girl is lying to you.
Also-
Something
Like,
else is going
Down
on.
the street in LA. Like
Yeah,
what?
literally.
Yeah, for real.
Also, if you break up, then isn't that the longest distance? Like, shouldn't you
Well,
just
then
quarantine
they won't
together?
Have to talk. They won't have to
Quarantine
talk at
together.
I mean, obviously that was a cop out for
Yeah.
her
all. Yeah,
for the
yeah.
breakup.
Your girlfriend
Like-
was lying.
Yeah, she's ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend.
It's just kind of like cowardly to be like, oh, I can't handle the distance. It's like, tell me
20
this
minutes?
isn't worth it to you then. Like, tell me the truth. Be upfront with me. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
Fuck.
sad.
Shame. Shame.
That's
love.
rough. Shame.
Okay.
You got played.
Yeah. Okay, here is
Okay, the next one is really long. So, Jack, maybe just read the next one. So, I'm 23.
I think it's the same length. It's just spaced out less or more.
Oh, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Could be.
Okay, I'm just gonna do the first one.
'Kay.
Hey, Amy, Jack, and guest or Cammie. So, IDK how to narrow this down so that you guys will understand the full context. But to cut it short, my best friend and my ex are friends. I ended on okay terms with my ex, like no bad blood, and no one did anything wrong. But after the breakup, I became depressed because, duh.
Sure.
It's been
We
almost
get
a
it.
year since we broke up. Question mark, question mark, question mark. We broke up last summer. Anyway, my best friend got to be friends with my ex by all three of us going out and stuff, and they became good friends, but not like close. Like they don't confide in each other. Anyway, like 2 to 3 months after the breakup, my ex reached out to my best friend and they started talking again. I used to see them interact online and still do, and stuff like that. And my ex would comment on her Instagram posts. There's no sexual tension because my ex-girlfriend is gay and my best friend is straight. Straight as a board, in fact. I don't believe
Nice.
this. I do not believe where this is headed.
Uh-oh.
I guess I'm just jealous because my best friend is my friend. Maybe I'm possessive. Anyway, because I've talked about this to my best friend and she kind of gets defensive saying their casual friendship with my ex is nothing compared to our relationship. My ex is kind of weird and like, okay, what's going on? Am I crazy or no? She's freaking out.
I don't know. What do you guys
First
think?
of all, I love the self-awareness throughout this of being like, this is what's going on, but maybe maybe there's this about me. Like I like the attempt at ownership for
Yeah.
all of that. This is such
Yeah.
a, again, so standard, lesbians being besties with exes and friends, and everyone's just incest.
Excuse me?
Sam.
What?
Well, like
I was kind of
everyone's like
spacing out and I just heard that word.
incest. Got shocked by incest. Like it's so, that always happens where it's just like everyone's friends and this and that. It's such a hard situation because you never want to tell somebody to not be friends with somebody, but you also shouldn't feel bad expressing your feelings. You should be able to speak to your friend. What I don't get is the one sentence about her being her friend trying to comfort her by being like, "Oh, our friendship is nothing compared to what we have." So you also, the friend should be thinking, is it worth upsetting my friend and causing her this much anxiety and making her miserable for a casual friendship with this person who really doesn't mean a lot to me? I think a lot of people struggle with, I think people don't like to burn bridges if there's nothing wrong. They're like, oh, we can all be friends. But it's also okay for, not everyone needs to be best friends. You're allowed to kind of take a step back from individuals who are causing your friends pain by you being friends with them. We don't all need to be besties. So this is such a hard situation, but I think she just needs to have an honest talk with her friend, not make her feel defensive. Just be like, hey, I never want to ask you to not be friends with somebody, but I need to express the anxiety that this is causing me, the stress that this is causing me. It's making me really uncomfortable. I'm not trying to put you in a difficult or awkward situation, but this just feels uneasy to me and it's overwhelming. Like, I just broke up with this person. It's hard. I'm mourning this relationship. I need my friend to be there for me and not like homies with my ex. Because ouch.
Homies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree. Like you don't have to burn bridges, and you can still like, you know, I don't know, like you just don't have to like hang out unless you value that friendship more.
Yeah.
then yeah, be friends with the ex, and I don't know,
Like,
toughy.
Yeah, it's tough. Sometimes you do have to pick sides.
I feel like when she's like, I don't know if I'm being crazy or whatever, I that just makes me feel sad for you, cause you're not, like, you're allowed to feel however you want to feel. If it doesn't make you feel great, that's totally valid. You don't need to like convince yourself that you're being crazy because you want this from your best friend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, tricky,
I think there's a difference though between feeling like allowing yourself to feel how you want to feel, but also like not making your expectations too crazy, because expectations are the whole reason you feel bad about this whole thing, because you expected this friend to not hang out with this person. So in some ways, if you can do your best to just sort of accept rather than expect, that might help you out.
I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's everything. You're a genius.
Thanks, guys. Do we need to read the last one, or should we save it for another one?
Oh.
Because we are at about an hour now.
Okay. Whatever you want, baby.
Okay, Cam, read one more.
Okay.
Read the last one.
Where does that one start? So I'm 23. Is that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm 23 and I've had a friends with benefits on-off relationship with a guy for about 8 months. We've had some rough patches, but so far it's been great. We both agree we don't want to be in a relationship, but we like each other and have certain needs that we can satisfy for one another. Okay.
Heard of it.
We're also okay with each other dating other people. So I met this girl on Tinder, and in her bio, it stated that she's looking for her significant other. Oh boy, had I wished that I paid more attention to that. So when we matched, it was already during quarantine. For about a week, we were video chatting and messaging nonstop. It was honestly a little much for me. Oh, I've never been in a relationship before. I was just looking to date someone casually, not become their whole world. So we decided to meet up in person against our family's wishes and against
wait,
quarantine.
Yeah, against the CDC.
How about against the government's wishes?
Yeah, hello?
She's like, F the CDC, I'm doing what I want.
Damn.
Ew, girl, don't do that.
Yeah.
First mistake.
Yeah. Honestly, second mistake. She said that the girl was looking for her significant other, and she's like, I don't know, I should have paid attention to that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of mistakes so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they met up against their family's wishes, and we got takeout and ate at a parking lot, all while staying 6 feet apart the whole time.
Oh.
Okay. When
Is
we
that
first
okay,
started talking,
Questionable.
yeah. When we first started talking, we both agreed that we wouldn't have sex until we had real feelings for one another. We also agreed that we would date for a while, and if we end up getting into a relationship, it would be monogamous. The problem is when we met up in person, she wanted to be official girlfriends, and I freaked out.
Fuck.
Yeah, what?
Where
We
is she
only
getting
knew
that
each other.
from?
Yeah, we only knew each other for a week. We didn't even hug. We didn't go on more than one date. So I told her I wasn't ready. We agreed to date online and see where we were at when quarantine is over. I told her the last time I was with the guy I was hooking up with was last year, but it actually was much more recent than that. I also want to continue seeing him just for benefits, but I think if she knew I was doing that on the side, it would crush her. I feel like an asshole, and I just needed to confess that.
Ooh, this really seems like a red flag.
Yeah, you are an asshole.
Yeah. Wait.
Stop it.
The biggest issue I have with this is I'm going to lie so that I don't hurt this person. That is just never the right thing to do. Stop people pleasing and lying to make everyone happy, because you're just going to upset everyone, including yourself. You be honest, and if people aren't okay with that, then oh well, this person's not right for you. If you want to have open relationships, you need to find somebody who is comfortable with that, and that's it. Like you don't lie to get what you want. You don't tell someone what they want to hear just to make them happy, and you don't even want to be with this person. You've said it like 12 times in a paragraph. What?
And it can't be that hard to break up with someone over text if you met like one time and never hugged.
Yeah. It'd be so easy to ghost somebody right now too. What?
I feel like now is an understandable time to just break up over a text rather than like that's totally fine. Just do it.
And they don't even need to break up. They're not together. They've only known each other a week. I think let this chick go. Let her go.
Yeah, this isn't healthy for either
not
of you.
right. Yeah, this is obviously not right for either of these people.
Yeah, you're starting a relationship on lies, lie after lie after lie. Like this is not gonna end well. Let's
online on lies.
Live online on live.
Ooh, real eyes.
Yeah. On the line, on the lies, on I don't know.
Okay, Cammie, this has been a gift, a pleasure.
A totally gift.
We love getting to know you even more than we did before.
Yeah.
I love
Thank
you guys.
so much. I love
Cam,
you.
what are you? What can we throw people at? Like, where are we sending people so you can get famous? Because we know you need it. And
thank you. I appreciate that. You can follow me on all my socials. It's just Cammie Scott on everything. I've been vlogging my quarantine life. If you want to hang out with me, I was supposed to be having my own podcast out. That's gotten pushed, but it might be getting pushed back up. I've recently decided. So stay tuned for that. Follow me on my socials for updates. Follow this podcast.
Thank
do all
you.
the things.
Thank you.
Thanks for the plug. Okay, my name is Amy Yodman.
Wait, what? That's not how we end.
What do I say?
Thanks for listening.
I make videos.
Oh,
You're talking about like your YouTube video, your outro.
Never mind. I make videos every Saturday. Okay. Wait, what is it? Thanks for listening. I'm Amy Oddman.
I'm Jack Dodge, and this is Dating Straight. See you next Tuesday.
Don't need that. We could be broken-hearted lovers. You can help me recover. Ooh, we could be broken-hearted lovers. You can help me